As we've done for the last 3 years, we're kicking off this evening with a few words from Santa Fe's Mayor, Alan Weber. He, along with our fair city of Santa Fe, has been one of the festival's biggest cheerleaders from day one. Mayor, thank you for your boundless support, and now let's come on up.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I continue to be just totally enamored of what has been achieved here. And before I say a few words about what's on my mind tonight, words of welcome, can we please recognize and applaud the founders, the staff, the board, the organizers, the sponsors, the volunteers, everyone who has made this literary festival a landmark success. Give it up for them. Yeah. And also give it up for yourselves. This festival thrives because Santa Fe writes, Santa Fe reads, Santa Fe tells stories, and Santa Fe discusses books and ideas and thinks for itself. Always has, always will. That's who we are, and most especially, that's who you are. A great deal of recognition, as Mark just mentioned, and has been in the talk of the audience, a great deal of recognition has focused on the stellar group of authors who appear in this remarkable festival, and quite rightly so. But I'd also like to recognize the breadth of the literature that has consistently made this festival's program so special. This festival and the authors and their books make the case for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Well, I see you're picking up what I'm putting down. In fact, DEI is the DNA of this festival, as it should be and as it must be. If literature isn't about the human condition, all the human condition, then what is it about? Declaring certain ideas off limits, or even imagining that you could declare some ideas off limits is the folly of a demagogue. And that's what we're dealing with. 41 out of 51. That's the number of literary grantees in the 2025 publishing category that have had their NEA grants withdrawn or terminated. What did Obama say? Don't boo, organize? That list includes the Public Theater, the Oxford American, the Paris Review, One Story, PEN America, Words Without Borders, and N+1, to name just a few. 381. That's the number of books that have been removed from the Nimitz Library at the United States Naval Academy after an executive order called on our military service academies to eliminate from the curriculum all ideologies that the White House deems divisive, un-American, and irrational. The writings of Toni Morrison, James Baldwin, and Ta-Nehisi Coates are no longer allowed to be taught at West Point. And that, my friends, is a service academy designed to create leaders. How can you create leaders when you tell them what they have to think? Today in this country, we are witnessing the single most egregious authoritarian assault on freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom of thought in our nation's history. It is an unprecedented attack on the fundamentals of American democracy. It is coming directly from the White House, and it assails the basic purposes and values of this nation, this city, this literary festival, every writer and every reader of books, every library and every bookstore across the land. The fact that we come together in large numbers and in full-throated support of all writers is a powerful message. It exemplifies the strength, courage, and commitment of this community in support of everything literature stands for and everything we stand against, including censorship, bullying, book banning, and the attack on our country's heritage of art and culture. Thank you. On the streets of our cities, we're seeing ICE agents rounding up and deporting people without regard to due process. In our colleges, universities, and federal agencies, we're seeing thought police attempt to do the same thing with ideas, books, literature, and debate. Two versions of the same authoritarian approach and mindset. What's our response? 198. That's the number of methods of nonviolent action for protest and persuasion enumerated by Gene Sharp, founder of the Albert Einstein Institution. I've read the list, and it doesn't yet include hold a world-class literary festival, so I'd start with that. That makes 199. Now, the purpose of any literary festival is to stand up to repression, bias, injustice, racism, censorship, or thought control everywhere and anywhere it happens. Those are the values of Santa Fe as expressed in our city charter, which makes explicit our commitment to human and civil rights. It reads, "The human and civil rights of the residents of Santa Fe are inviolate and shall not be diminished or otherwise infringed. To that end, no city ordinance, resolution, or policy shall be enacted or adopted, nor shall any action be condoned which discriminates on the basis of ethnicity, ancestry, sex, gender, sexual orientation, physical or mental disability, medical condition, or citizenship status." That is our city's constitution, our shared purpose, and what better place to make that purpose known than at this literary festival. Finally, I've taken the liberty to borrow from a best-selling author who has yet to appear at the festival, although there's always next year, Michelle Obama. And I've also exercised a little editorial license. She famously said, "When they go low, we go high." With this White House, I'd say, "When they go stupid, we go smart." When they send the thought police, we stage a prison break. When they seek to censor, we speak louder. When they violate the Constitution and the laws of the land, we take them to court, and we have, and we've won. When they ban books, we write more books and we read more books. When they ban any books, we actually continue to talk about books. When they defund programs, we send money to those programs. And when they ban anything, we hold a literary festival. So in the spirit of this festival and in honor of the writers, readers, thinkers, and doers who come together under this tent Here's our Santa Fe promise. We're going to write more. We're going to read more, buy more books, talk more, talk louder, send money, send more money, show up, stand together. And what we won't do is be silenced or censored, frightened or bullied, and we will not surrender our democracy. Remember, demagogues disappear, literature lasts forever. Thank you, everybody.